Hello and welcome to lesson number 39 of the A1 course from Perfectly Spoken. My name is David and I'm your teacher. In this lesson, we are going to study some geography and we are also going to talk about where you live so you can explain to other people. Is it a town? Is it a city? Is it near the sea? What are the amenities? What are the facilities like and the shopping, etc., etc. Let's start, shall we? Okay, first of all, we are going to have a little quiz. Let's put up some questions. Okay, 5 questions for you. What is the capital city of France? Which continent is Japan in? Is Rio de Janeiro in the southern or the northern hemisphere? What is the capital city of Australia? And what continent is Morocco in? Easy? I hope so. So, let's look at the answers. Yeah. What's the capital city of France? The capital city of France is Paris. What's the capital city of Holland? The capital city of Holland is Amsterdam. What's the capital city of the UK? Of the US? Easy. Okay. Next one. Which continent is Japan in? And the answer is Japan is in Asia. In Asia. So what continent is France in? That's right, in Europe. What continent is Brazil in? South America. Okay. Next one. Is Rio in the northern or the southern hemisphere? And the answer, Rio is in the southern hemisphere. Is in the southern hemisphere. What about the UK? That's right, it's in the northern. Australia? Southern. Russia? Northern. Your country? What's the capital city of Australia? Not Sydney. No, it's Canberra. The capital city of Australia is Canberra. And the final one, what continent is Morocco in? Correct, it's in Africa. Okay. Let's have a look at, we've got mountains, hills, lakes, rivers, sea, and deserts. Deserts, not deserts, yeah, deserts. Let's have a look at the pictures. So, can you match the feature with the description? Let's have a look at the answers. So we've got the hills, the lakes, the rivers, the deserts, the mountains, and the sea. Good. So, which of these can you find in your country? Mountains, hills, lakes, rivers, sea, deserts. In my country, you can find mountains, but they're small mountains. Hills, lots of hills. Lakes, some beautiful lakes. Rivers, yes, we have a lot of rivers. The sea, we are surrounded by sea in the United Kingdom. And deserts, we don't have any deserts. So in your country? And do we have famous? Well, we have some famous. We have, some famous mountains in Scotland. And of course, one of our most famous rivers is in London, the River Thames. And in your country? Okay, look at this description. England is a country that is part of the United Kingdom. It is in the continent of Europe. Scotland is to the north and Wales is to the west. England is separated from Europe by the North Sea to the east and the English Channel to the south. England is in the North Atlantic Ocean and includes over 100 smaller islands, such as the Isles of Scilly and the Isle of Wight. Okay, so in that we have some possibly new vocabulary. We've got country, continent, sea, ocean, island. Can you put the correct words in the sentences? So, yeah, if you pause, and now let's have a look at the answers. Oh, sorry, 3 more. Okay, now let's look at the answers. So the Black Sea is a body of water between Eastern Europe and Western Asia. Hawaii is an island that is in the North Pacific Ocean. The Mediterranean Sea is almost completely enclosed by land. Brazil is a country located in South America. Jamaica, Cuba, and Bahrain are all islands. Islands, pronunciation, no S. Islands. Asia and Africa are 2 continents. Hungary is a country in the continent of Europe. And the Antarctic Ocean is the coldest in the world. Okay, so can you complete this description about your country? I'm going to give you another example, but this time listen. It's about Spain, but I'm not writing, and I'm changing a little bit. Spain is a country that is in the continent of Europe. France is to the north, and Portugal is to the west. Spain is separated from France by mountains to the north and from Africa by the Mediterranean Sea to the south. Okay, so you have a go, you try, but you might need to change the words a bit. Okay, so let's talk about where you live. So here, what's the difference? A flat, an apartment. A city and a town. Downtown and the suburbs. And an office block and a block of flats. Okay, answers. So in British English, we talk about a flat. In American English, it's the same as an apartment. So I live in a flat, I live in an apartment. A city is bigger, much bigger normally than a town. London is a city. New York is a city. Downtown, especially in American English, is the city center. And the suburbs are the area outside the main part of the city, the central part of the city, the suburbs. And an office block is where people work. A block of flats is where they live. Okay, this time let's do some practice and match. So you've got the words on the right and the descriptions. So a large building that contains offices, office block, services for the public, like sports centres, cinema, theatre, swimming pool, are facilities. Public vehicles like buses and trains is the public transport system. Areas in a town or a city that are open to the public, like parks, are public spaces. The central part of the city centre is, of course, the city centre. An area where people live, we said, is a residential area. A group of shops is a shopping centre or a shopping mall. Especially in American English, a shopping mall or a shopping centre. The outer area of a town or a city, we just said, is the suburbs. The suburbs. An apartment on one floor, a flat, and finally, people living in an area is the community. Do you have a good community where you live? Do you like your neighbours? Are they good people? Are they helpful? Is it a nice community? Okay, and let's just for you to check. You can read, we've got office block, facilities, public transport system, public spaces, city centre, residential centre, shopping centre, suburbs, a flat, and community. Now, this time, I would like you not to look, but just to listen, and then go back and then repeat, and you can see the dialogue. But try just listening without looking. Okay? So I'm going to put it all up. So listen. Jenny, do you live in the city centre? Rachel, not anymore. I moved, and now I live in a residential area in the suburbs. Why did you move? Said Jenny. Rachel, I wanted to live somewhere quiet. Jenny, do you like it? Rachel, it's great. There are good facilities like sports centres and lots of green public spaces. Jenny, do you have lots of friends there? Rachel, well, most of my friends live in flats in the city centre, but because the public transport is good, it's no problem. I can take a bus and be there in 40 minutes. Okay, now, please watch again, listen, and follow the dialogue. Okay, pause if you need to. Now, let's have a look. These sentences, are they true or false? Rachel lives in the city centre. She wanted to be near her friends. She likes where she lives. There are green public spaces. Her friends live in houses. It's easy to visit her friends. She takes a train to go to the city centre. True or false? Right. Answers. Number 1. It's false. Because? She wanted to be near her friends. False, because her friends live in the city. She likes where she lives. There are green public spaces. True. Her friends live in houses. False. They live in flats. It's easy to visit her friends. True. There's good transport. And she takes a train to go to the city centre. No. So can you change the sentences, the false sentences, to make them true? So, answers. Rachel lives in a residential area in the suburbs. She wanted to live somewhere quiet. Her friends live in flats. She takes a bus to go to the city centre. Okay, hope that was good. Hope you understood everything. If not, please watch again. So, thank you. Finally, what about you? Let's ask you some questions. Ask me, do you live in a city or in the country? Well, sometimes I live in the city and sometimes I live in the country. Do you live in a house or a flat? In the country, I live in a house. In the city, I live in a flat. What about you? Do you live downtown or in the suburbs? I live in the suburbs. What about you? Do you live in the downtown or in the suburbs? Does your area have a good public transport system? Well, in London, where I live in the city, it's a very good public transport system. In Cambridge, where I live in the country, it's okay. It's not very, very good. And I definitely need a car to get from one place to another. What about you? And last question. Are there many shopping centres near where you live? In London, yes, lots and lots and lots. Too many shopping centres, very near. And in the country, there are. Yes, we have a lot of shopping centres. But I can't go on foot. I need to go by car to get to the shopping centres. What about you? And finally, What facilities are near your house? What facilities are near your house? Well, in Cambridge, near my house, there's a swimming pool, there's a cinema, there are restaurants and supermarkets, and there are public parks. So yes, there's quite a lot of good facilities. And you? So that is the end of lesson 39. Thank you very much for joining me, for learning. Remember, watch again if necessary, practice, do the lesson test, and please, I will see you in the next lesson, which is the review lesson. And it's the review of not 31 to 34, but of 36 to 39. I've got the wrong number. Anyway, I will see you then, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye for now.